These are pretty standard, pretty common, relatively inexpensive, but very popular tent stakes. These are a bad decision. Okay, I'm back at the desk. I wanted to talk about tent stakes. This is outdoor tip number 187. These are pretty standard, pretty common, relatively inexpensive, but very popular tent stakes. These are a bad decision. They're given away with just about every tent. They're of fairly high quality. They're very lightweight, which is why people like them. They sell for about $1 if you're buying tent stakes. If you lose a tent stake or buy a tent stake, these are a bad decision, and here is why. So you put your tent stake in the ground, you attach the loop to your rain fly or your tent or whatever, and then you go to sleep. And while you're sleeping, it gets windy and the tent gets shaken all night long. And while the tent is shaking, this starts to wiggle back and forth. And because this is round, it makes the hole that it's in slowly bigger, ever bigger, ever bigger, until the hole is so big that this tent stake isn't doing any good. Also, because it is round, it is relatively easy with a big rock, or if you pack in a hammer, very easy to bend this, and then once they bend, they do eventually break. So for $1, these seem like a good deal, but these are not a good deal. And the killer is that I have bags of them because every tent comes with them, and I never use them. So I have a ton of these tent stakes. So don't buy those. Instead, buy this. This is the MSR groundhog stake. There is also a mini groundhog. I don't use that one. I use the groundhog. About the same weight, but the difference between the two is this, because this has those wings. When it gets pulled in the night by the wind, it doesn't twist like this, making the hole bigger. And so they hold onto the ground a heck of a lot better. Because of the wings, they're far harder to bend. Although when I was pulling this out, I did find one that had a bend in it. Not bad, just a little bit of a bend. But it was the first time I'd noticed that. I've never broken one of these. I posted this tip on Instagram about a year ago, and a couple of outdoor educators that I work with said that they had actually broken one, but it's hard to do. Now, here's why people don't buy these. They're $2.95 versus $1. And that seems like a really big price difference. I mean, it's almost 3 times the price. But if you bend and breaking these all the time, it's not saving you any money, really, because here is why. I have a bag of these. I think I have close to 18. This is a knockoff that works about as well. As long as you don't lose them, they'll last for a really long time, and that's a far better deal. I'm not throwing things out. I'm not wasting money. It's a good, solid tent stake. So there you go. That's the tip for this week. The MSR groundhog, or something else like it that has those wings. Don't do plastic tent stakes. Don't do titanium tent stakes, are just silly. This way is just, I think that's the bent one. You can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it. So that's my tip. There you go. Have a good day. I'll see you outside.